I had kind of some topics laid out today I wanted to talk to you about, and then I ran across a brilliant article that was released about a week ago by a gentleman named Nathan Barry, talking about the process of building a billion-dollar blog. And I read it, and it just fascinated me. It made me I was just kind of giddy when I saw the points he was outlining, because I've talked about them, several times myself over the years, and I've seen other people talk about them, and they're just, in my opinion, they're just, somewhat universal. So I thought, you know what? Screw the topics I was going to talk about. Let's talk about the billion-dollar blog. And the thing that's interesting about this concept of quote unquote the billion-dollar blog is it has nothing to do with a billion-dollar blog. It's a really good title. And the reason I think this title is so popular is because, and the reason he probably got a lot of clicks on this, besides just being a brilliant writer, is the fact that people, we have this belief and this concept nowadays, because we've seen these small successes of things like a Joe Rogan podcast, or a massive blog, or a Instagram account that makes millions of dollars a month. We have this belief that you can just do something simple like that. Just start a blog and you make $1 million. So untrue. Or you can start a podcast and you can be the next Joe Rogan. So untrue. And I'd like to really highlight that. I'm not trying to be negative, but I like to really highlight it to make, set realistic expectations for people. Because we are a marketing agency, and we get a lot of people coming to us wanting those kind of results. They want a blog. They want a blog that's going to drive millions of visitors every single month and make them a buttload of money. And it just never works that way. So whenever I see a topic like the billion-dollar blog, it catches my eye, first of all. And then I go read it in detail, and I realize in this case, the writer Nathan Barry is just brilliant, covering 3 or 4 points that I want to cover with you today. So as always, if you're watching, live or recorded, chime in the comments below. This was first broadcast. We're doing this live right now in the Empire Builders Facebook group, which again, if you're listening afterwards, I would encourage you to go join on Facebook. We are 3,200 members and growing, a brilliant community of entrepreneurs. And so let's get into this. And again, I just wanted to be known that the blog post I'm reading here is not my blog post. Okay, I want to give full credit to a guy named Nathan Barry, who runs a product called ConvertKit, which I don't even have. I don't even have this product. I use a competing product called Entreport. But his ideas here and his concepts are just so amazing. And so I thought you should know these. Not only should you know them, I'm going to link to the original blog post below. I want to give you my interpretation and what you should walk away with these, especially for those of you that are more audible and visual learners. So he's got this blog post at his website, nathanbarry.com/billion. And feel free to follow along, by the way, as you're watching live. And he calls it, the body of the thing is called the 4 rules of a $1 billion audience. So notice right away there, he doesn't talk about the blog anymore. And that's one of the first things you should take away is, he got your attention with the blog post, the $1 billion blog, ironically. But the first thing he does is kind of switch it up a little bit on you and call it the $1 billion audience. And that's important, the $1 billion audience. So let's get into this. So on this blog post, again at nathanbarry.com/billion, rule number 1, build more than a personal brand. And what he does here is he kind of goes through the typical process that someone does when they build a personality-based business. Something else, if you're someone who's in internet marketing or any kind of marketing at all, you see oftentimes how important it is for people to say, hey, you got to build that personal brand. You got to get a shit ton of followers. You got to make these rabid following fans. And that is true to a very small degree. Having a personal brand, being a personable, personality, for lack of a better term, having someone who's, interesting to listen to helps dramatically in marketing. You can listen to my videos, you can listen to Joe Rogan's, you can listen to somebody else's. We all have a finite amount of attention, and what you do as a consumer or as a business owner is you give your time. You give your time to the people that you find interesting and you find captivating. And that is good as a good start, but you cannot make $1 million for the most part, everyone's gonna be a contrarian and find an exception to this. But you're not going to, for the most part, you're not gonna build a $1 billion business on just your good looks or getting a lot of tweets or a lot of shares on a blog post. You actually have to have something behind it. So this first point right here, rule number 1, build a personal brand. It starts with the fact that you started with being a creator, you started with being a personality, but one of the first things you have to do as soon as you have any kind of traction in that world is pivot to being a product or service-based business that, survives without you, independent of you. So yeah, you could be someone who generates, let's say income from YouTube. That's one of the popular income models. Run a good YouTube channel and you get paid for the revenue on there. That works to a point, but that is not your product and that is not your service. So one of the first things you have to do is you have to pivot into something that you own, that builds your email list, that builds your SMS list, that builds your community. And that has to be something of value. And I've done a ton of videos on this, and I'm sure I'll do a lot more. But it's really important for you to build something of value to offer someone in exchange for money. That's how we work in a capitalistic society. We sell products and services in exchange for money. We don't sell our looks. We sell something of value that will improve somebody else's life. So in all things, I advocate, how to improve somebody else's life, whether it's entrepreneurship or health or wellness, or putting a better roof over their head, or helping them eat better. I mean, there's a million things out there where you can improve the value of someone's life. So as soon as possible, get out of the mindset of I've got to build a lifestyle brand. That's the other big one, lifestyle brand. We've seen this a lot with people like the Kardashians. I mean, you gotta hate. You don't gotta hate. We hate a lot on what they've built. But the smart ones, and I think the richest Kardashian, if I'm not mistaken, actually has a product behind her name. She doesn't just get paid for views and paid for appearances. She has something you can give, that's something that she will give you in exchange for a credit card number. And that's where the real money is. So if you're someone who's in the startup phases and you want to make money off of your blog, or off of your YouTube views, or being a creator, being a silly creator, you know what? Don't even get me started on why I don't think a creator is an official job. That's just bullshit if you ask me. We are all creators in business. We all have something to say. We all have value to offer. So being a professional creator or a blogger or a podcaster, that's just some serious bullshit right there if you ask me. So again, personal brands are great for getting started, but as soon as possible, turn that into some kind of product or service. Now, how do you know what kind of product or service to turn it into? That, again, is a whole other topic of what are you really good at? What are you really good at training on? Where are you really good at adding value to someone's life or solving a problem? It could be, again, a million different things. And I'm not going to try and solve that in this video. But, there are businesses out there started from everything, from teaching people better penmanship to teaching people how to do handstands to, you can countless fitness videos to help people eat well videos. There's just so many business models out there. There's no right or wrong, as long as someone compensates you in exchange for the value you give them on different levels, not just lower level, on a higher level, then you are on the right path. So figure that out as soon as possible. How can you take what's in your brain and turn that into money? And not only kind of one-off money, and we're going to get into this later in the blog post here, not only one-off money, but recurring money. One-off money is great. Someone dropping $10,000 in your lap is a great idea. What's even better, though, is someone giving you $2,000 a month for a year, or 20 people giving you $2,000 a month for a year. Much, much better business model, lower risk, probably higher revenue, and more chance to help more people. So it's kind of small recurring revenue right there. So again, and as I'm looking through this blog post right here, he actually talks about Kylie Cosmetics right there. That's probably the majority of her income. It's not YouTube income or Instagram income or however she's making money. It's off of her physical products that she sells. So again, I want to beat this horse one last time. Stop focusing so much on being a personality and a brand and get to the point where you can actually sell physical things. Where is it right? Hint, hint. Goes in here talking about another guy that I'm a big fan of, Michael Hyatt, and how his business really transitioned bigger once he actually started selling physical things. Okay, good deal. Now we get down to rule number 2 in this blog post from Nathan Barry. Rule number 2, sell products, not attention. Well, heck, it feels like I just talked about that. In this world, in this personality, fame-driven world, it seems like people are, I don't want to blame millennials because I'm just not that guy. People are often driven by, and they get fascinated by attention and by fame. And they want that, they want to be the person that has, 1 million Instagram followers or 1 million Twitter followers or 1 million YouTube followers. And as great as that is, that's just the beginning part of generating $1 million blog. That's the attention part. In the advertising world, we have several acronyms that we use to refer to the marketing funnel. And one of them is AIDA, attention, interest, desire, action. And way too often, people that are first going into business focus on that first A, and they don't ever get past that. They think they think the business is all about getting it to as many views as possible, and people have gone broke that way. I remember reading a couple of years ago about somebody who went out and studied creators and studied influencers. There's a great word right there. Who studied influencers, and they noted how many influencers had huge followings, like million person YouTube followers or 1 million Twitter followers or whatever it is. I just picked that number. How many of those people looked like they were so famous online and got a lot of interaction, but they were still working five or six jobs at various times throughout the week. Because as great as all that attention is not money. And so you want to make sure whatever you're selling, you transition into a product as soon as possible and not the attention. Let's see what it says here. Often creators with an audience will start selling products, but rather than a full product line, it's branded merchandise, like Casey selling hoods and t-shirts. So that's not the same as building a brand, capturing all the value. So none of these companies, here's a good one. I want to see it right here. None of these companies, when he's talking about companies that sold personalities or that went to $1 billion, none of these companies used affiliate revenue, partnerships, or sponsor posts to drive their revenue. Instead, they realized they already had the most valuable asset that traditional companies were clamoring for: attention. They redirected their loyal following from buying other people's products to buying their own products, to capturing the revenue and all the brand value. So this is very important for those of you who may be starting up a business and have heard of this concept called affiliate marketing. I have a lot of experience on managing affiliates and being an affiliate, and I learned early on that it's having all that attention is great, and you can direct that to somebody else's product and you get a percentage of it. So, let's say you're someone who reviews shoes a lot. You can put up a lot of affiliate links to shoes in your social media profiles, and then you redirect that to, like, say, a Nike, if you will, and redirects that to a Nike shoe, and someone buys a $97 Nike shoe, and the affiliate commission on that is 10%. So you get $10 out of that. And that seems like an easy passive way to generate income. The problem with that, though, is you're clamoring with 1 million other tennis shoe affiliates who are trying to drive the same traffic. And also, the affiliate business is very fluid. If you're directing all your traffic to like say a Nike out there, Nike could very easily change up their affiliate program to where maybe you only get 3% of a sale versus 10% of a sale if you're doing really good. Now, the cool part about that is that the good affiliate managers, they'll actually give you a higher cut if you drive more traffic. But the problem is a couple of things. First of all, is you lose control of that experience when you hand off an affiliate click to somebody else. If you're a big tennis shoe person and you're doing all the tennis shoe reviews and someone clicks on your affiliate link to the Nike website, well, guess what? Nike has their attention now. Nike is going to get their credit card number. Nike is going to get their cell phone number and their email address, and they are no longer your customer. So with all this attention you're building in the affiliate world, you are not building your email list at all. You are building somebody else's email list and somebody else's customer list. And the nice part about that for Nike, at least, in this affiliate world, the nice part about that for Nike is they're going to sell that person thousands and thousands of more products out there. So why not direct that to your website, to your landing page to sell your products, which again is something I kind of beat on in point number one. Now, how do you do this? Obviously, you have to come up with something to sell, but also you're going to build a database where you can build profiles of your customer. And this is something my agency does all the time. We funnel people into a CRM where we track all kinds of information about them, email address, cell phone number, what they bought in the past, what their interest is, how much they're opening up emails and text messages, what landing pages are they visiting, just all this information about them. If you're not someone who is building a profile of your customers and identifying your ideal avatar and all that, you're really kind of generating all this attention for naught, if you will. So as soon as possible, if you're someone who is in the personality or attention business and you want to build your own kind of database, do yourself a favor and get a CRM as soon as possible. I'll put a link to the one I recommend, Entreport, in the comments below. But these days I just really push people to get any kind of CRM so you can start building your own customer list. So you can start selling them the $10 product, then the $100 product, and then the $1,000 product. So that's point 2 of what he's talking about here, is capturing all the value for yourself and keeping them inside your world. When people come inside Patrick's world, I like to keep them inside Patrick's world and keep them out of somebody else's world. And rule number 3, so he has 4 rules here, and this is rule number 3, if you will. Drive higher customer value through recurring or repeat purchases. So this is the value ladder that I'm sure you've heard about before in business. If you bring someone into your value ladder for $9, you want to make sure that you have a $90 product to sell them and a $900 product to sell them. Don't go off of those exact amounts. What I'm referring to is you want to have a way to increase the value of what you sell someone. Not only that, the really good business model, in Patrick Allman's opinion, is the recurring business model, where you get someone on some kind of monthly amount, a $197, a $297, and you're just pinging their credit card every single month automatically in exchange for the value that you're giving them. Now, to do this, of course, you have to be a person or a personality or a business group who gives someone a massive amount of value, so they don't end up canceling their membership. But automatically hitting someone's credit card up every single month and not having to go to them and ask them every single month, hey, can I have some money? Hey, can I have some money? To me, I think it's going to be harder to find a better business model than having 1,000 credit cards getting charged every single month and the money dropping in your bank account. Now, are there any cons to this? Yes. Merchant account companies are going to take anywhere between 2 or 3%. So that's, if you run it through a Stripe or something like that, you have to pay for the CRM every single month. But let me tell you, those costs, those expenses to your business are relatively low compared to the value you're getting. I mean, yes, let's say you charge someone $1,000 a month and your CRM costs $297 a month and you're losing 3% on the credit card charge, which is what's going to be $30. So you're looking at $300 and change. Well, think about this. Your expenses are fixed. So that CRM cost isn't going up per customer. The CRM I pay for, $297 a month, is the same cost whether or not I have one $1,000 customer or 500 $1,000 customers. So that's fixed. I have no control over that. However, what I do have control over is I have control of scaling the income side of things. So I basically have control over my own profit. I don't have control over my expenses. I have control, over my profit. And that's the important part to realize with recurring income businesses. So if you're going to be someone who does this, drive higher value through recurring or repeat purchases, obviously I want you to have a value ladder, but look about starting a product or service that has a recurring model where you're just charging someone's credit card every single month. I pay stuff for like a Dollar Shave Club. Just used them a couple hours ago. Dollar Shave Club hits me up for $6 or $7 every single month. I don't even think about it anymore. And the value is just there. And think about how much money they're probably making when they're just hitting up these credit cards for $5, $10, $20 a month. I mean, it's a brilliant model. And I think, there are a lot of reasons I really like this business model. I think one of the main reasons I think I like it is the risk. It's very low risk. If you've got 3 customers and you're charging them each $10,000 a month and you've got $30,000 a month coming in, that's a great business model. It really is. As soon as one of those customers cancels, you've lost 30% of your income. Very, very dangerous way to live. It could, dramatically affect everything. Your mortgage, laying off someone, all that. And so there's just a really high risk there. I love big money. I love high ticket, but there's just a really high risk there. So that's a good business model. But as a basis underneath that, so in addition to the $10,000 a month clients, it would be great if you had, let's say, $100 a month clients. Those are easier to get. You can get a lot more of them, and there's less risk on your business when you lose one. So what is that? So is that $100? Would that be times 10 or times 100? Is 100 times 100 10,000? Is that right? That sounds about right. You guys are going to have to check my math on that. If 100 times 100 is 10,000, when you have 100 times 10, 10,000. 100 times 10 would be 1,000. 100 times 10 would be 10,000. Is that right? No, 100 times 10, whatever. Anyways, my whole point is when you gain or lose those customers, you don't feel it as much. You don't feel the impact as much. If you lose a $10,000 customer, that's going to be hurt. That's going to be painful. If you lose a $100 customer, you're like, that sucks, but you know what? I can still keep the lights on. I can still pay the mortgage. I can still pay payroll. So just think about that. You want those higher level clients, but having that low level recurring income too is not bad at all. And think about what you can do when you have, $100 a month, service you can offer, which is probably what Nathan has here because he has ConvertKit. When you have a service like that you can offer, and you've got that up to, 1,000, 5,000 people, I mean, that's a brilliant way to live. Whew. Okay. And the last one here, rule number 4, choose a better business model. Let me see what this says here. Let me see. So you monetize here. This point is talking about, as independent creators, we've seen the incredible value of ebooks, digital products, and courses, but the traditional business community doesn't value them. It's not because traditional investors are foolish or snobby. It's because that's not how companies are valued. Companies aren't valued based on current revenues, but instead on projected future cash flow. Okay, so this gets back into what I was talking about, the recurring income. If you ever want to sell your business, if you ever want to know how valuable your company is, think about what it would be like to sell your business and what you would sell your business for and how you would evaluate the projected income of your business. And this is what I'm talking about. Let's say you're someone who sells t-shirts a lot. I sell t-shirts. That's not my main income by far, but that's one thing there. People can't, if I want to sell my business, people can't look at how many t-shirts does Patrick sell every single month, every single day to determine how much to value my business. When someone looks at buying a business, they look at what the future value is. How much is that business going to make me in a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? And that's how they put value on a business. It's called business valuation. And so if you're someone who wants to have a large business valuation because eventually you want to sell, or you want people to see the value in what you're doing because you want investors someday or you want to borrow money someday, that's what they're going to look at. I mean, yeah, they're going to look at your past sales, But what they're really going to look at is, hey, how much is this person going to be making in a few years to support repaying the loan or to repaying the investors, things like that. So look at, and this gets back into the recurring income model, look at what are you doing, and if you did nothing else, if you totally walked away from the business right now, or you let somebody else manage it, would the business automatically grow in 1 year, 3 year, 5 years? And if the answer is no, then you may want to change up your business model. And that's what I believe he's talking about here, on choosing a better business model. Build a business model that's almost self-churning and that's self-growing. And, I have an idea here. To me, that kind of business that would be self-growing is maybe one that would be a low recurring business income model, like $100 a month, with an affiliate program, your own affiliate program. So someone's paying you $100 a month, okay? And then you have an affiliate program and you say, you know what, I'll give you $200 for every person you refer. So you've got the $100 a month original client right here, and they're an affiliate. They refer someone. This someone pays you $100 a month for 2 months, and that $200 a month goes over to this person right here. So this person is kind of a net loss, if you will. But you know what? After the first 2 months, you know what you've got? This person's paying you $100 a month, and this person's paying you $100 a month. So 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Oh, you know what? This person right here is also an affiliate. So then that affiliate refers 2 people. And after the first 2 months, where this third customer is a net loss, you're hitting them up 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. 100, 100, 100, and so on and so forth. So to me, one of the better business models right there is kind of a low income product with recurring business model with an affiliate program and a well-paying affiliate program. Pay someone 20, 30, 40%. You think about it, you're going to make that money back very, very soon. And so every affiliate's going to have a really good ROI. So you get a good affiliate program, a good recurring income product, and that business will grow on its own. You don't have to do well, let's not ever say anything. The good business owner always does something. But for the most part, if your value is strong and you can refer people like that, I mean, goodness gracious, that thing could, run on its own with a good tech back end. So, if you're the kind of person who wants business owners, we love the idea of passive income. So this isn't totally passive income, but it's kind of, if you think about it, the revenue's generating on its own, the new business coming in on their own. A good affiliate program will also reduce your marketing expenses, which is a good idea because we all know it's not what you make, it's what you keep. So a good affiliate program would reduce your marketing expenses. So that to me right there is almost like the perfect business model when he's looking at point 4 over here, choosing a better business model. So that's really what I wanted to talk to you about today. Let's run through these again real quick. Rule number one, build more than a personal brand. Rule number 2, sell products, not attention. Rule number 3, drive higher customer value through recurring or repeat purchases. Emphasize the recurring right there. That's the important one. Hitting someone's credit card up for $100 every single month is a beautiful business model. And rule number 4, choosing a better business model, one that kind of helps your company have automatic future higher valuation, if you will. You guys, as always, for those of you that watch live, thank you very much for tuning in. But please make sure you do the deed. Subscribe over on YouTube. Ring the bell on YouTube so you get notified. Give me a like there or a comment. Follow the fan page. Follow on Twitter. Follow on Instagram. And subscribe over on iTunes or Spotify or iHeartRadio. We're on several podcasting platforms. And if you're more someone who wants to listen on the road, definitely listen to the podcast. I'm not mistaken, I believe the podcast is also on that thing called Alexa. I don't want to say the word because it will activate mine. But yeah, if you're a person who wants to get more value out of this, listen on the podcast, subscribe on YouTube. Those are probably the 2 big places I can really recommend. And for those of you that are watching it kind of not live, this was in the Empire Builders Facebook group. So that's my community I have there, my free community. And everyone's, welcome to join. As long as you're not a spammer or pimping out your own stuff, you are definitely welcome to join that group. So subscribe, like, follow, comment, do all the good stuff Go out and build a business that has higher future valuations, recurring income, and one that lets you do more of what you want to do. Don't focus on building a personality or becoming a brand. Focus on building something that has high future value and allows you to step away from the business and enjoy more of your life and more of your time. As always, this has been Patrick Allman from StopDoingNothing.com. I appreciate your time and your attention, and let's go out there and do amazing, amazing things today. You guys take care, and we'll talk to you soon.